Today is July 4th, Independence Day, but it's also the feast of Saint Elizabeth of Portugal, a queen who served the poor and helped her country avoid war in the 13th and 14th century. Elizabeth was born in 1271, the daughter of King Pedro. In her youth, she showed great devotion by fasting, prayer, and a serious life. And while still very young, she was married to the King of Portugal, a marriage that would put her faith and patience to the test. The king was devoted to his country, known as the Worker King. Unfortunately, he failed to live out that same fidelity toward his wife, although he is said to have repented of his years of infidelity later on. He and Elizabeth had 2 children, but the king fathered an additional 7 children with other women. Many members of the king's court embraced or accepted various forms of immorality, and it would have been easy for the young queen to fall into these vices. But Elizabeth remained intent on doing God's will, and with a humble and charitable attitude. Rather than using her status as queen to satisfy herself, she sought to advance Christ's reign on earth. She was devoted patron, and personal friend of the poor and the sick. And the Queen's bishop testified that she had a custom of secretly inviting in lepers, whom she would bathe and clothe, even though the law of the land barred them from approaching the castle. Elizabeth's commitment to the gospel was also evident when she intervened to prevent civil war in the kingdom on 2 occasions. Alfonso, the only son of Denise and Elizabeth, resented the king's indulgent treatment of one of his illegitimate sons to the point that the father and son gathered together rival armies that were on the brink of war. On this occasion, Elizabeth placed herself in between the 2 armies, insisting that Denise and Alfonso come to terms and make peace with one another. In the last year of her life, she intervened in a similar matter to prevent her son from waging war against the King of Castile for his poor treatment of Alfonso's own daughter. Following the king's death, Elizabeth became a Franciscan of the 3rd Order, a secular Franciscan, and had gone to live in a convent that she had established some years before. The testimony of miracles accomplished through her intercession contributed to her canonization by Pope Urban VIII in 1625. Elizabeth of Portugal, she wanted independence from the devil and from evil, and she acquired it by becoming a saint. And that's the kind of independence we should have. God bless you. Happy Independence Day.